Hello, everybody. This is another presentation for Parents as Teachers at Home, PATH. I hope you are having success as you're homeschooling your children and spending time with them, loving on those little babies and kissing them and, having those teens challenge you to be a better parent. So we're here and we're going to talk about one of Joyce Burges's supplements. This one is her science supplement. My definition of science is the essence of science, in my opinion, is to know the creator and to ask questions concerning our contribution to make science practical. You remember when you were in school and you couldn't understand chemistry? The table of periodics, is that what you call it? Angela?
Periodic table,
The periodic
yeah,
table.
tomato.
Yeah, I think it's over 100 or something like that. Symbols for chemicals. I remember drawing one of those and just getting all tangled up in the understanding of, how those chemicals work together. You remember having to do formulas and, oh my gosh, unless you're going into a specific science like chemistry, biology, it's difficult to understand all of that, all of the aspects of science. There's so many sciences that are available to us. I believe that it is not my responsibility to teach my children everything. Parents, you will wear yourself out if you try to teach your children everything, but you can teach them a little bit about everything. And that's what Joyce Burges' supplements do. It breaks down the different subjects where it concentrates on the specific subject that you want to teach your child. For instance, science. Science is an important part of understanding the world we live in. Science presents a wide array of topics such as nutrition, biology, chemistry, astronomy, botany. I just named about 5 different sciences. Children are encouraged to select subjects that they want to study, that they're interested in. Give you an example. While we're studying botany, you think of what is the definition of botany. First, you want them to understand what that definition is. And basically, the definition of botany, B-O-T-A-N-Y, is the study of plants. Now, what African American contributed greatly to the study of botany? You're right, George Washington Carver. So what Joyce supplements do is it aligns a African American person to that particular subject. So where you learn the definition of the subject and you learn who that African American is, and you learn about his life and his contributions to this country or to society, to humanity. I encourage my children to do backyard science, insect research, planting a garden, flowers. You can go to a store and buy a hummingbird feeder for less than $1. That's science. I love hummingbirds. It's science when you see how the hummingbird flies, how he beats his wings hundreds of times a minute, and how you see that they can be so territorial. They're like airplanes flying in and out. They can be very territorial. And so you can go to the dollar, excuse me, I didn't want to say that, but you can go to a dollar store and you can get something like that for your 2 or 3-year-old. You can begin science as simple as something as that. And when I think about the different sciences, the different fields of science like aeronautics, astronomy, ecology, geography, geology, medicine, you compare someone or you align. That's the better word. You align someone. Like Charles Drew for medicine. Charles Drew, I want to say, I think he was the first doctor to do blood transfusions, I believe. Check me out on that and let me know in the comments if that's correct. But I believe that's who Charles Drew was. When I think about Edward Alexander Bouchette, a chemist, I think about the Tuskegee Airmen, aeronautics. And when I think about Marie Maynard Daly, biochemistry, these are all African Americans, Black scientists that contributed to that particular field of science. You know, some of my recommended resources are NASA, nasa.gov/kids club, the Kerbal Space Program. It's a game for children. And Answers to Genesis, Answers in Genesis is a curriculum, and the Creation Science Museum. I had the pleasure of visiting the Creation Science Museum some time ago, and I tell you, it will knock you off your socks, knock you off your feet to see science and how important science is in our world. So we have profiles for different grade levels, for age groups, for grades 3 through 5. We have a science profile, and these profiles ask the definition of that particular science. It asks you to give an explanation, write a short paragraph describing that particular field of science, list 1 or 2 interesting or important developments, discoveries made in this field. What do you find most interesting about this field of science? And then a famous scientist, and then briefly describe the accomplishments of this scientist in his field. So on all grade levels, up to grade 12, we have these profiles that come with this particular supplement. So I encourage you to check that out at joycemburgess.com, joycemburgess.com, as well as if you choose to become a member of the National Black Home Educators, you automatically, with your paid membership, receive these supplements in a digital presentation. So thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.